This lesson is on finding the surface area of pyramids using the formula surface area equals 1/2 times P times L plus B. Now the pyramids I'm going to be going over are going to either have a square base, a rectangular base, or a triangular base. So let's define what these letters mean. And let me first say, I'm assuming that you have already done surface area of prisms before. If you haven't, then you probably want to click the links in the upper right hand corner and go watch my lessons on surface area of prisms first. You might be able to figure this out. It might be fine without watching those, but I would recommend you watch those first. So the P, just like with surface area of prisms, stands for the perimeter of the base. So the P is the perimeter of the base. The L is kind of confusing. The L stands for what's called the slant height. Now don't ask me why they use an L. I don't know. I tell my students, well, they use an L because slant starts with an S. And they always say, well, what? Exactly. I don't know. And the B, I call this big B because it's different than lowercase b. Lowercase b means base. Big B means area of base, or the area of the base. Area of the base. So you'll see that the P and the big B both talk about a base. So it's really important that you first identify what the base of the pyramid is. And the base of the pyramid is always directly below the point of the pyramid. So a pyramid is made by drawing a shape. In this case, we have a square, and you put a dot up above it, and then you connect that dot to all the corners of the shape at the bottom. And this shape at the bottom is called the base of the pyramid. Now, if I was to take this pyramid and turn it around and move it, the base would still be the square. It doesn't have to do with how the shape is oriented. It's what's below the point of the pyramid. So the base in this case is this square right here. So we need to find three things. We need to find the perimeter of the base, the area of the base, and then we need to find this thing called the slant height. Well, the slant height is just going to be given to you, and that's what the 6 inches is here. The slant height is the distance from the top of the pyramid, from the point down to the base at a right angle. And so it's like if you went to Egypt and you walked up a pyramid on the outside. That distance you walk up is called the slant height. And that's different than the height of the pyramid. The height of the pyramid would be if you were standing in the middle of the floor of the pyramid and you measured the distance up to the peak. That would be the height of the pyramid. This is on the outside, and it's slanted, and that's why they call it the slant height. So let's see three values, and you'll find that this is really pretty simple. Once you've identified the base, perimeter, you just add up the distance around it. So we just have 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. So it's got 4 sides on the base, and all 4 sides have a length of 4 inches. So my perimeter of my base is 16 inches. Of course, since all the sides are the same, you could have just done 4 times 4 and gotten the same answer. Slant height, again, it's written with a cursive L, and it's just this measurement right here. It's not going to be anything you're going to have to calculate. They're just going to give it to you. And so that would be 6 inches. And the last piece, what I call big B, the area of the base is just the area of a square, so that's just 4 times 4. So 4 times 4, and I get that the area of the base is 16 square inches. And so now once I have those values, plug them into the surface area formula. And for my students, this formula is included on your state reference sheet, so you don't have to memorize the formula, but you got to know how to use it. So they don't tell you what these letters stand for. So we have to do 1/2 times P, which was 16, times L, which was 6, plus B, which was 16. Make sure you follow order of operations, PEMDAS. So according to that, you need to do the multiplication before you do the addition. So we need to multiply 1/2 times 16 times 6. So half of 16 would be 8, and 8 times 6 would be 48. So then I have 48 plus 16, so I get my answer that the surface area equals 64 square inches. All right, I've got one more for you. So in this one, the base is a triangle. So here's the point of my pyramid right here. Below that is the base of the pyramid. So that's this right here, that triangle. And again, we're just going to find these three values. So the first value we're going to find is the perimeter of the triangle. And so we're just looking at this triangle down here. This is the base of the pyramid. And this side's 4, this is 3, and this is 5. So we just add those together. 4 plus 3 plus 5, and we get 12 inches. The slant again is just given to you. And again, it's this measurement right here from the top to the bottom. So from the top to the base along the outside at a right angle, and that's 6 inches. And our last piece, big B, remember for a triangle, it's 1/2 base times height. And the base and the height are always connected with a right angle. So here's the right angle that's connecting 4 and 3. Sometimes my students get confused and they look at this right angle and they use 4 and 5 or 4 and 6 because this line is 6. But remember, what you're looking at when you get to big B is you're just focused on this triangle. So this isn't going to be pretty, so don't make fun of me. But so here's the base of my pyramid. This side's 4, this side's 3, this side's 5. So when I get to big B, all I'm looking at is this. Just worried about the base of the pyramid. And so right here's the right angle, and that's connecting 3 and 4. So that's the base and height of my triangle. So we would just do 1/2 times 3 times 4. So that's half of 12, which is 6 square inches. So the last thing we have is just to plug those into the formula. So 1/2 times P times L plus big B. So I have 1/2 times 12 times 6 plus 6. And again, make sure that you multiply these before you add the 6. So half of 12 is 6, and 6 times 6 is 36 plus 6. So the surface area is 42 square inches. All right, so I hope that was helpful to you. If so, give it a like and a subscribe, and feel free to leave me a comment. Until next time.